By the end of this video, you'll stop taking YouTube advice on faith. And you'll know the one rule that actually decides whether your videos grow, plus why almost everything else you've been told is aimed at the wrong target. Most of what we believe about the algorithm gets passed around like folklore, creator to creator, and almost nobody checks it against the source. I read 300 creator transcripts and put the 6 most repeated pieces of advice on this platform next to what YouTube's own engineers have actually said on the record.
Wow.
A lot of it holds up, but 6 times it flatly contradicts. And these are not small ones. If you ever deleted a video to protect your channel, you may have thrown away your own audience. And this matters more so now than ever because AI has made competent videos cheap.
Hello.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
Betting your effort on a rule that was never real costs more than it used to. But here's the real reason to stay to the end. They're not 6 separate mistakes. They're not creators being careless. They're the same honest blind spot 6 times. See the one thing underneath all of them, and you'll never fall for the next one. And let's start with the one we've all repeated. So number 1, post consistently or the algorithm punishes you. You heard this from everyone.
Because if you are uploading on a regular basis, you are bringing more people into YouTube, more people are watching your videos, and they're watching your videos on a more regular basis, which pleases Google's and YouTube's algorithms.
It sounds like set a law, but watch what YouTube actually measured across 40,000 channels.
We've done so many analyses over the years and found that views growth across uploads is not correlated with the time between those uploads.
The upload counter you stress over, the guilt every time you miss a week. The algorithm never looked at it once. So why does posting more actually grow channels? Because of what it's actually doing. It has nothing to do with the machine. It builds a habit with your audience, and it forces you to make more videos. So you get better, faster, and the growth is real. You've just been handing the credit to the wrong thing and paying for it in burnout. Post at a pace that you can actually hold and put the leftover energy into making the video better. That's the trade the data is screaming at you to make. Ever been told you need to post around 35 videos to trigger the algorithm? There's even a specific number which makes it sound like a insider research.
You need to post about 35 videos from our research, even as we've started new channels, to trigger the algorithm, to get things going.
But there's no referee. Here's the man who runs growth and discovery at YouTube.
We don't have creator objectives in our recommendation system. Like, we're not trying to get creators to upload more often.
Nothing is ticking towards 35. New channels do often turn a corner around then, and that's real. But it isn't a threshold unlocking. It's a version of you at video 35 who has made 34 more than the version at video 1. You didn't unlock the algorithm. Stop waiting for a number to save you and go make the next one better than the last. Number 3, and this runs on fear. The belief that a flop drags your next video or that a bad week benches your entire channel. Creators delay uploads, reshoot, and even scrape videos over this. So here's YouTube's director of discovery. And listen, he names the myth by its own nickname.
They come up with these like penalty boxes for channels. We don't want there to be a player in the penalty box when they could have been scoring goals.
There's no penalty box. Every video is ranked from scratch on its own for each viewer. Your flop is not a mark on your record, because there is no record. And that flips the entire strategy. The right response to a video that bombed is not to go quiet and let the channel, quote unquote, recover. It's to drop a great one now. The only thing that resets your momentum is your next upload. Number 4, and this is the one that actually costs people because it's an action, not just a belief. A video pulls the wrong crowd, so you delete it to protect your channel. Here's Derral Eves, one of the sharpest strategists alive.
But if it's the wrong audience and it's suggesting other type of content, I'd 100% delete it.
And here's YouTube's own director of discovery on the same exact question.
So I don't need to go through and delete all those videos.
No, I wouldn't recommend deleting those videos because there will be a subset of that audience who will be interested in your other content. Yeah, generally, I wouldn't advise deleting videos.
One of the best in the world says delete it. YouTube says you're deleting your own audience. When you nuke that video, you don't scrub some channel level stain because there's no channel level judge watching. You erase every viewer it could ever introduce to the rest of your work. This is the clearest contradiction on the list and the most expensive one. Let the wrong video quietly keep sending you the occasional right person. The theory goes if your views flatline, you're stuck in a tier, and posting a magical number per day unlocks the next one. So here's the flat line theory.
And then I'll show you what it looks like when a short beats a flat line. Okay, so flat lines happen when YouTube stops giving your video impressions long enough to where it can analyze the results of the impressions it just gave your video. So it'll give you enough impressions to get your video up to 100 views, just as an example.
And here's the person who leads the shorts team at YouTube.
I think that it's very difficult to be prescriptive here, but there is nothing in our systems. It's like when you hit the 5 video or 10 short threshold per day that you somehow unlock a secret. That's not how it works. If you generated a bunch of relatively lower quality videos and then posted those and got meager engagement on them.
No daily quota that levels you up. A flat line is not a locked door you grind keys for. It's shorts telling you the ones you're making aren't pulling demand. So posting 10 mediocre shorts a day to hit a threshold is doing more of the exact same thing that isn't working. Pick a niche and never leave, or the algorithm punishes you for wandering. Here's Paddy Galloway, one of the best strategists on the platform.
The YouTube algorithm awards creators in a clear niche. If your content jumps around the place, you'll struggle to build any momentum.
And here's YouTube's creator liaison at VidCon this year. Not punished, competing for a new audience. And that's a completely different problem, and a far less scary one. When you switch topics, you're not being penalized. You're walking into a room full of people who have never seen you and auditioning again. Your subscribers might ignore it, and that's not a penalty. That's just the wrong room. So know that going in, and a niche pivot stops being forbidden and starts being something you planned for. Now, one important thing fast. The creators I just quoted are not con artists. They're some of the smartest people in this entire space. And they spotted patterns that are genuinely real. Weak videos do underperform. Wandering channels do stall. But they just did one thing that none of us can avoid. They explained what they saw by guessing at a machine that they cannot see inside. The pattern was real. The cause was just backwards. And that's not a scam. That is just what folklore is. So here it is. The one lesson all 6 were pointing at the whole time. Every myth on this list is a way to trick a referee. Hit the video counter. Stay out of that penalty box. But there's no referee. The algorithm doesn't judge your channel. It shows more people what viewers have already told it they want. The lead of the shorts team put it in 4 words.
Whole mental construct, way to think about it. The audience is the algorithm.
The audience is the algorithm, which means every hack aimed at the machine is aimed at nothing. The only thing that actually moves is whether a real person stays and comes back. And that is one thing you cannot see for yourself. You watched your video 100 times. You know what you meant. A stranger gives it what? 15 seconds? No benefit of the doubt? And leaves.
Run.
Your retention graph shows you the exact second they left. They never tell you once why. Can't watch your own video like a stranger. And here's the part that ties this whole thing together. That blind spot is the exact reason all 6 of these myths felt so true in the first place. You couldn't see inside the machine, so you invented rules for it. The myths were never really about the algorithm. They're about the fact that you cannot watch your own video through your stranger's eyes. The blind spot is the entire reason this channel exists. We built the technology that reads a video the way a stranger does, second by second, so you can finally see what they saw and stop guessing. We were at VidCon this year, and every single week we're going to take one thing that everybody repeats and put it against evidence. Receipts on screen every time. Subscribe, because the next myth we're going to take apart is probably one you believe right now. Prismiq Pro helps creators create content that people actually want to watch.